All right, folks. We are just going to do a quick test here. Test, test, test.
Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Almost ready to get things going here at Traverse Fitness. How we sounding again, Angie?
We are sounding good, Strat. You sound good as always.
Hey,
Okay.
that's what I
You
like to
got that
hear.
nice, deep voice. Perfect for commentary.
Ooh. I gotta try to keep it low as possible throughout the day. Got some biscuits and gravy on the way from Grubhub.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I'm gonna be
What's well, everyone out there, everyone in the chat, what's your breakfast of choice this morning? Mine
breakfast.
was scrambled eggs and taters.
Nice.
What's taters, precious?
Lord of the Rings reference there. Oh man,
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, if Amazon wants to sponsor Ninja Sport Network, we'd love to talk about the new Lord of the Rings TV show that's coming out on Amazon
Are you
Prime.
excited? I imagine you're
So
pretty pumped for that again. You'll probably talk Lord of the Rings all day if we could.
if anybody knows anybody at Amazon, just let them know we'd be willing to sponsor them. We'd be willing to talk about them before our events.
That's it. You're right. You hear that, Mr. Bezos, Jeff, good old Jeff.
Oh, Jeff, I'm sure he's watching this. I'm sure he's listening to
tuning
the
in.
audio check. All right, folks, that sounds good to me on my end. Let us know in chat if we're sounding good, and we are going to get this thing started here in about 60 seconds. So hang tight.
See y'all soon.
All right, folks, welcome to Richmond, California. We are out here at Traverse Fitness, home of Brian Kretsch and Sean Bryan, our course designers for today. I'm Chris DeGangi, joined alongside
Brian Stratus. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are excited to be watching the competition here today for our final Ninja Sport Championship qualifying event before heading into the finals.
Yeah, Strat, this is our final qualifier, so we will get 5 more men, 5 more women to advance to our championship in April, and this is the last stop here. We're at a sold-out house here at Traverse Fitness. A lot on the line, a lot of athletes looking to grab those final 5 spots. You can check out the run order leaderboards at ninjasportnetwork.com all the way throughout the competition. They'll be updated live, and we will be keeping you guys updated here on the stream. Strat, a lot of good athletes here today. It's really hard to even make predictions.
Yeah, so many talented athletes. It's going to be tough to predict because you know how things work in these sports. It's always up for grabs. A little slip up here and there could cause those errors and make huge mistakes. And we got some some folks waving at the cameras, probably when they should be paying attention to the rules and getting the final ins and outs of the course. If you're wondering for the run order, it's going to be listed right there on the video description. If you're tuning in over on the YouTube page, go ahead and check out the run order there in the video description. We've got some folks out here. I see Mr. Jake Murray is going to be on the course running as well, so we'll be able to see him in action. We didn't see him do too well at I think the first one. He just missed out. Getting to move on, but he's back for another qualifier, which is exciting.
Yes, Strat. So let's go ahead and take a look at how the open round works. So athletes will first run the open round, and then they will move on to the final round. So take us through it, Strat.
All right, open round scoring. So the open round is going to be determined by the total number of obstacles completed. They'll get 1 point for each obstacle cleared. The least number of total fails, and then the time to complete the last completed obstacle. So you'll see those retry systems put into play. If they fall off of an obstacle, they can retry that obstacle if they have the time allotted, and they only get 3 tries on that particular obstacle. So if they fail 3 times on that one, then their run will be over. But if they clear it, then they get to keep on moving with whatever time they have remaining. And we've seen some cool comebacks. We've seen people in the open round barely make it into the top 10 in order to move on into the finals and then be able to make it into the top 5. So just because they have a rough go of it during the open round doesn't mean they are out of the game entirely. It does help them to perform better during the open because that means they get to run later during the final rounds. Yeah, so that's going to be always how it runs in the first open. We'll have about 80 athletes going, and then it'll be go time.
All right, Strat. Just getting my camera guy on the way there. So you can see the athletes right now taking a look at the course, feeling things out. Here's a quick look at how the open course works specifically. Time limit, 3 minutes. Top 10 men and women will move on to the finals round. And in the finals round, athletes will run 3 separate courses, a speed course, a hybrid, and a burnout. And the athletes will get a retry for every obstacle. They'll get 3 retries, 3 attempts per obstacle. If they fail an obstacle, they'll get told to go back to the starting platform, and they will be given a reset countdown. It will be 15 seconds for the open round. They'll wait 15 seconds. Our judge, Ethan Swanson, will tell them when they are good to go, and they can attempt to clear that obstacle again. You get 3 tries until you can move on.
Yeah, the retry system has been really fun to see, and it's a good and bad thing. Some athletes are just so used to go, go, go. If they don't take that second to actually reset at the platform and wait for that reset timer to go all the way down to 0, then that's a false start, and that takes away one of their attempts. So got to change their approach sometimes when it's traditionally, for most obstacle courses, it's a one and done style of course, much like the the original show, American Ninja Warrior, that's a one try, and it's all said and done. We've seen some mud runs incorporate that as well. The Goliathon is one that comes to mind where you have to get a first time go no matter what in order to get that coveted David of that competition. I believe that's a all obstacles cleared first time go award that Mr. DeGangi is one of the few out there that have accomplished that. And most other mud runs are doing have to complete this obstacle before moving on type of thing. But stand by, folks, when we get going here in just a bit. I think they're just finalizing a few things. Athletes are going through visualizing, making sure they've got the course mapped out in their head. So we've got about 10 minutes, I believe, is what I heard Mr. Swanson holler out there for the athletes. So we've got a little time. A little time before things get going. And I believe, Mr. Ganji, my Grubhub might be up out the door. So I'm going to go step out real quick, grab my breakfast, and I'll be right back.
All right, Strat, I will take over. I will hold down the fort here. I think I can handle it. Yeah, so take a look. Run order posted in the description. Let us know what you guys think. It's definitely going to be a stacked competition. There are a few athletes that are competing that they've competed at a couple NSC competitions before. You know, we'll see. They're looking for that qualifying spot that has eluded them to this point. But I am excited either way. And we are just athletes getting their last looks at the course. Taking a look here, getting our cameras set up. It is going to be a really fun course, you guys. I'm really excited for you guys to see it. Sean and Brian put in a lot of hard work getting this course together. Speaking of Brian Kretsch, the man himself, walking back into the commentator booth. Brian, we really just want to say on the stream, I really appreciate all the hard work that you guys put in. These athletes are going to have a lot of fun on these courses, so we appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you to Ninja Sports Network for putting on an awesome event. You know, the quality on your live stream, the commentating, everything is fantastic, and I can't wait to see how these athletes do on this course that we were here until almost 5 o'clock in the morning finishing out.
Yeah, well, thank you, Brian. I'm sure you got to get back out there on the course and get ready. Brian will be out there judging. You'll spot him on the floor doing very important things. And, yeah, we were here until about 5 a.m. We got a couple hours of sleep. As Sean said to me this morning, Sean Bryan walked in and said I got the maximum hours of sleep possible. Ryan Strat is back. Ryan, I'm going to jump out and just adjust a few camera settings real quick, and I will be right back. But it looks like things are about to get underway here in about 4 minutes, folks. 4 minutes. So just hold tight with us, and we will get started shortly. I'm going to run out real quick and adjust some of my camera settings. All right, folks, be right back.
All right. Head on out there, Mr. DeGangi. Check the lighting, make sure everything's good to go. I'm sure he's going to tweak a few things, keep things as crystal clear as we can. The challenge with getting these streams set up just right is making sure the camera operator has a good path when they're out there so they're not in the way of those athletes and judges. So having a good path for those camera operators to follow is going to be ideal in order to get that best angle as possible for everyone watching at home. So he's tweaking with the lighting there a little bit. Trying to make sure it looks nice and crystal clear. We're in this huge, huge building. You can tell. I don't know what this, what the building used to be. We're in kind of a industrial area back here. Maybe it was a factory of some kind. But it's a huge almost like a daggum big old hangar, like a hangar of some sort. I don't know. I'll have to ask Kretsch, see what this building used to be.
Oh, okay, so I won't have to like. You won't have to sprint over here. Okay, perfect. Just like take your time, get over here. I'll have a GoPro shooting them coming down the hole of the spider. Okay, perfect. Yeah, because that was the hardest one.
They're out there tweaking things, making it look as good as possible. I think he's got a few GoPros set up in some cool spots as well. But while we're waiting, if anybody has any questions, I've got the chat pulled up off to the side, and I'll do my best to respond. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. No, it's lunchtime over on the East Coast. It is nice and early out here on the West Coast. Not sure what we're, not sure what kind of building it was. A parking structure, some kind of building, some kind of. Looks like still half of the building is still. Not sure if they own the entire thing or portion of it. It is a large facility for sure. I believe this might be the largest Ninja facility that I've been to personally. And you've got some very high obstacles out here. The trussing, everything looks very spot on, as accurate as you can make it to the show. And that's the best way to train for the show, is trying to have things, you know. I've seen a couple obstacles with that ATS stamp of approval. So they've got some obstacles directly from the company that makes them for the show.
All right, that looks way better.
Nice.
Colors starting to get locked in here.
So there will be a little delay. I'm not sure how long, but if you need to see some of the
Looking good. You can see him trying to find his path, walking around, scoping things out. All the athletes just trying to eye things. They can get near the obstacles, but they're not allowed to touch. Can't touch the obstacles, get unfair advantage. But they can get as close as they can to it and eye the distances, measure out their steps. That's all very, very important to do prior to competition.
Yeah, so just while we're kind of waiting here, I'm just going to hit a quick test of the replay transition.
Oh, let's see.
So we're just going to do a quick test, pull this up while we're waiting here. All right, looks like that was loaded in nice. And yeah. So we're going to take a quick word from our sponsors before we get to our first runner. We will be back with you shortly.
At Role Model Software, we craft custom software tailored to your business by collaborating with you.
At Role Model Software, we solve business problems, not just technical problems. And the way that we do that is very direct collaboration with you, the customer.
We listen to you through our entire partnership, adding our expertise to amplify your expertise to get you to your desired destination.
We have people contact us all the time who aren't really sure whether they need custom software or not. Fact is, we can't know either until we have an initial conversation about it, which is a natural fit for us because we're every bit as much a business consultancy as we are a software solution provider. If you have questions, or even if you just need a little bit of guidance, give us a call and let's see how we can help.
All right, and we are back. Our first runner on the starting platform, getting it ready to go here. Our judge, Ethan Swanson, corralling the athletes.
Hi,
Our
I'm
last
Enzo
qualifier, you
Wilson,
guys.
the founder of the nonprofit Ocean Needs Everyone. It's our
We will hear from Mr. Enzo DeFerrari Wilson a little bit later today. about his nonprofit Ocean Needs Everyone. A huge thank you to all of our sponsors. Really appreciate their support. Role Model Software, Bucket of Chalk, and of course, Ocean Needs Everyone.
You see the athletes over in the warm-up area trying to get loose. Mr. Kretsch over there trying to spray down the wall, make sure everything's...
Looks like that's Mr. Kretsch making sure the warped wall is...
good and squeaky clean. Squeaky with those Zontes, especially. Those New Balance Fresh Foams. I hate that they're called Fresh Foam because I always tell folks whenever they're asking about what types of shoes to wear for Ninja, foam is the last thing you want on the bottom of your shoe. Those are the slippery, that traction. You get no traction with the foam type of shoe wear. Great for cushioning and impact, but not so much for the traction. But yeah, you can just see how much further down that building goes. They've got a huge space here. I believe their space ends where this fence is, but it's a gigantic facility. Very, very cool to see, you know, these different gyms popping up in pretty much whatever's available. Let's see here. The one obstacle I'm going to be definitely interested to see how people react to it's going to be that rolling log they've got to run across and duck under. It's going to be a tough one to figure out potentially with that rolling structure underneath you, and then they got to dodge one of those pillars that's in the way. Should be getting close to go time.
Hayden Nelson, our first runner. Always tough to run first.
It's going to be leading the charge. Setting the standard. Yeah, first runner-up is always intimidating.
And while the resetters are getting into position, let's take that commercial break from Mr. Enzo DeFerrari Wilson.
Hi, I'm Enzo DeFerrari Wilson, the founder of the nonprofit Ocean Needs Everyone. It's our goal to keep our beautiful oceans clean and thriving by spreading a positive message. We do this through things like beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, presenting to corporations about plastic straw usage, and creating ocean trash sculptures for the Super Bowl. We especially want to inspire the youth because they are the next generation of conservationists. You're never too young to make a difference.
Well, we certainly appreciate the message there, appreciate all that Enzo is doing to help clean up our oceans. Make sure you check him out, Ocean Needs Everyone. He'll be competing later today in Wave 2, along with his sister. She'll also be competing today. So it will be a family affair for the DeFerrari Wilsons today. Not sure if we have any other sibling combos today. I believe we do, actually. Heather Nelson and Hayden Nelson.
Oh, some more brother and sister. Very cool. Yeah, I was watching some of the, looked like some of the ninjas were out sightseeing. Very cool to see them exploring the city down there, San Francisco. I saw a handful of them at Alcatraz. Put a group of ninjas in Alcatraz, and be interested to see them trying to break out. Very, very cool stuff out in this area. I've never been out to the San Francisco side of things, so hopefully I get some free time to go out and explore, do some sightseeing. Got some good stuff planned. Once all the action is done, go out and sightsee a little bit if possible.
Strat, what are your favorite San Francisco sites?
The one I've got planned to do tomorrow would be Land's End. It's a hike, yeah, kind of hiking out towards the. It's a little further away from the main popular spot that people go to see the Golden Gate Bridge. So Land's End is one I'll be checking out. And everybody's telling me to go look up the Muir Woods.
Yes.
A bunch of the redwoods out in that area.
I can tell you from experience, I have been to the Muir Woods with Mr. Ethan Swanson, and he said, I don't get it. They're just big trees.
Oh, my gosh, of
but
course.
We got to get going to our first runner of the day, Mr. Hayden Nelson, leading the charge. Give it up for Hayden Nelson.
Hayden Nelson ready to go. Stepping on to the platform and making his way through. Got to ride that rope down and up. You can see it's reachable to that platform and into the spider hallway. Got to go underneath. It's a low bridge type of spider hallway. You can thread the needle here. It's totally fine, but you just cannot knock those strings down. So he's opting to go for a thread approach. And then he's got to go through the final two here. It's a bit of a tight squeeze. This static obstacle is going to be taxing those hands and legs. So a change of texture here on the shoes. He's got to get to that finished platform. Hayden fighting his way through. Excellent job. Oh, now to the spinning log. See him trying to catch his breath a little bit. So on the log, you have to avoid the pillar that's in front of you. Already looking a little timid here. Got to be able to commit to the approach. That's all right. Retry is in play. Maybe he'll take a little more aggressive approach here. But that first step is going to be the tricky portion where you have to go underneath that pillar in front of you. It's impeding your progress and then immediately hopping over that donut in the middle. Try number two. There it is. Just need a little more commitment there on the foot technique into the rope jungles. Got to traverse through several ropes here. Fairly far apart. The lower you are on the rope, the bigger swing you're going to have, which will make that reach a little easier. Hold on tight, keep those legs up, and gets the clear. Heading on over now to the warp wall. Make sure his shoes are nice and clean there. For his, make sure they're nice and dry for your first attempt. I believe that's a 17-foot handhold there, climbing all the way up and over. Obstacle is clear when they reach the base. The salmon ladder, I believe, is their next checkpoint. So they've got to work their way down the spider hallway to the bar and start hopping his way down these rungs. 20 seconds. Making his way down. Ooh, hold tight. Big drop there. Excellent job. Now he's got to go beyond the mat into the hole. Cameraman's trying to get to that angle. There's a lot of things challenging to get there, and that's going to do it for his time. Hayden Nelson past the warp wall onto that salmon ladder for the first runner of the day. Next up is going to be Troy Meiszner.
Yeah, Troy Meiszner, this is one of mine. He trains out of Ultimate Ninjas Naperville, trains with us on Wednesday nights. Competed in an NSC before. He was at Obstacle Academy.
let's see how Troy's going to do. How did he? Do you remember how he did at the first?
Did okay. Did okay at Obstacle Academy. Certainly wants to improve on his result there. Would definitely like to be top 10. Certainly capable. He was nervous running second overall today.
Yeah, you can see the deep breath there, trying to just calm down that heart rate when you're on that start platform. Man, it's like deer in headlights at some point in time, especially when you're starting on that elevated platform. Kind of gives you that sense of, oh man, everything's huge out here, a little more intimidating than your typical gym. You've got obstacles that are larger than life. It's definitely going to add just a little more difficulty to the course.
All right, looks like the resets are in place, and our athletes are underway here.
And Tro's on the move. Good handhold on the swinging rings there. Let's see if he can get through this one a little quicker than the previous athlete. He's opting to stay in that scrunched up position to go through instead of weaving his way through. Nicely done.
Yeah, once you get to the wood, it's a little more slick. You can see it there.
Moving quick. And committing to the underneath end. Oh, but split the difference on the end there. Almost makes it through the transition. Just got to take that time, 15-second reset time. Wait for that clock to go back down to 0. Had a good first attempt. Ooh, diving for the platform. Nice job. Good save. Leaping out for those ropes. This transition obstacle, that rope there does slide. Makes it a little more challenging. And through over to the warp wall, pushing the pace here. 3-minute time limit. Takes a quick look at the wall. But got to wait for the reset. Even on try number 2. Catching his breath here. It is a big wall. The first handhold at the top there is around the 17-foot mark. I believe. I'll have to get confirmation. But that thing is a doozy. Oh, get your hand on. Nicely done. Working his way down. We're heading over to the salmon ladder. Okay, now he's got to handle these drops. Troy. Oh, just missed. He's got to get back up and in. He's got time to reset. So he's got to try to take it all the way down. It's not clear. The salmon ladder's not clear until he gets to that bottom big gap. One more big drop here. Hold. And clear. You got to go all the way through. Nice job. Gets the clear before the time limit. And that is going to do it for Troy. Might have been able to get a little further into it, but the warp wall slowed him up some. But that's still not bad for the second runner of the day.
I really like how you're following him through the spider, but then it's so hard to get around that wall. So what I'm gonna have you do is just stay behind them and just film them from right here. From here. When they come around the wall, then you can just step over to this side and film from here, and that way you don't have to run around as much. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna try to save you a little bit of energy there.
Okay.
Because you just lose them there, and then it's so tight in there that it's just a little too close. Because you see them start to run, but then you don't see them finish.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, staying scrunched up inside of that spider hallway underneath the cables would probably be the best way to go about it. Staying tight in that hallway will be the best way to go.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put it so
All right, next athlete getting ready to go. Cameraman's operating his way over there. And here we go. Third athlete of the day making his way on that rope slider into the ring swing. Hopping down and over into that spider hallway. Stay nice and low. Just don't want to knock one of those cables loose. Up and over into the wood. Out the platform he goes. Nicely done. Now transitioning over onto the spinning log. You can see how much room they have to work with. Not much at all. Got to get underneath that pillar and over the donut. 1 foot on. Ducks taking the time. And very good. Excellent foot placement there. Mr. Huang. On now to the rope traverse. Big leap up. And this one slides a little bit, taking you right to the next one. Make sure you got that rhythm. It's going to tax your grip a little bit. Ooh, good save there. You have a good side-to-side swing. Wants that swing to be nice and fluid. And beyond that platform there, onto that platform is good to go over for that warp wall. Ooh, a short run up here for that 17-foot handhold. Ooh. Your run-up is the platform. Can't start beyond it, but no problem. Second try up to the top. Starts working his way down into that spiral hallway here. You can see from here they've got to work their way down. He's going to clean those shoes just a little bit. Sit down position. Good way to go about it. And nice, needs to be in a good position here. Oh, can't do that. It's got to go from a hanging position. Not allowed to go from there. So once he's in a good spot, takes the feet off and starts working his way down. Good control. Ah, short on one side. It's going to have to reset. Make sure the bar is in place. And here we go for try number 2. Oh, just too quick on the descent, just at one side. It's a very short bar. You can see there's not much room for error, so he's got to be very accurate with the sides. You have maybe 2 inches on each for that give. Not much there. Not much wiggle room. Got to stay centered. And now he's got to be able to dismount beyond that platform into that little recess over there. And there it is. So 2 misses. But he's got to go from the rock wall back to the salmon ladder bar. But that's going to do it for his time. Had an impressive run. Was moving very quick to that point, but the salmon ladder just hung him up a little bit. Runner number 4 coming up next. It's going to be Lucy Katrek.
Yeah, that salmon ladder is interesting. It's the first active reset that we've seen here. You know, being active inside the jumping spider while you wait for the reset timer to count down. Definitely an interesting component there. You really want to try to lock in that salmon ladder.
All right, Lucy getting ready to go. Lucy Katrek coming all the way from Georgia. He's trained at Ninja Quest Fitness. And she's getting ready to run. I've seen her at a couple different competitions. Her older brother as well, Henry. And Lucy on the move right now. Big leap up. Holding on to that ring. And makes these transitions over into that spider hallway. Making sure the shoes are clean. Remember, going from the acrylic into the painted wood. Don't want to do that too quickly. Cause those feet to slip.
Got to stay low here. Got to stay scrunched up.
As you can hit the cables. It's okay as long as they don't come unmagnetized. And she fights her way through.
Oh, she came down just short.
The dismount, no.
She will have to reset there.
It's okay. Needs to be on top of the black block for the clear. On or beyond. Here we go for try number 2. Nice, weaving her way through here. Now she wants to get through this one and maybe a little higher at the end of the hallway.
Yeah, but you can see she's on the wood here. It does get very slick.
Push, got to push harder, else there you go. Clears the spider hallway and into the rolling log. Lined up. Okay, taking a slow approach here, which that log will start to shimmy a little bit. Excellent balance, nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race this time. Nice job, Lucy. Heading over now for the rope traverse. Looking for the chalk, the bucketed chalk, before moving on to the rope. Needs to get a good pull here for that momentum. It is on a slight track above. Oh, you can see it just did not have the momentum there. Needs to get a good pull off of that first rope. That first one's static. The next one is on a track. So Lucy's coming up on just about 30 seconds remaining.
Come on, Lucy, you can do this.
You can see it on that battering ram. Needs to get a good pull here. Get that slide motion through to get closer to that next one. Excellent job. Hold on tight, almost finished. The time remaining. Can she get up the warp wall with just under 10 seconds left? Got to go to that red one. And not quite able to get there with the time allotted. Lucy, nice try. Got hung up into that spider hallway, had to do a reset, and the rope got her, so that slowed her up there. But still, good run from Lucy. Nice try. Coming up next is going to be Alex Beckstrand.
I just feel bad. You can shoot the warp wall from the side. You don't have to get behind them.
I mean, yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it bad? I mean, I don't really mind. I don't really mind running. I need the extra.
Alex
the energy wasted, but
rocking the grip t-shirt. Awesome gym out of the Utah area. If that is the, if I'm not misspoken anyway, there. I know there's a lot of the ninja gyms start to mirror each other sometimes, but the grip ninja, that's what his shirt's rocking there. Again, folks, if you're looking for the run order, it's listed in the video description, or you can go check out ninjasportnetwork.com to follow along for the run order and results. Just check out that leaderboard, find that drop-down menu that shows Traverse, and get all the information from that website. But here we go. Alex on the move, running across those dancing stones into the ring swing. Finished quickly through obstacle number 1 into the scrunched up spider. Oh, knocks out one of the cables. Going to have to reset. So can't go too quick. Got to have to wait it out. Just try to take your time here. Typical jumping spider. You want to move quickly. But with these cables impeding your progress, no, got to go back. It is, the dismount is the black mat there. Third and final try here. He's trying to move quick, but making some simple mistakes, which can happen when you're moving quick. Third and final go. the scrunched up tech and bounces his way through. Excellent job. On to the spinning log. Good approach. Nice duck foot walk there, having those feet side to side, and immediately on to the sliding ropes. Trying to pick up the pace over to the wall. First attempt. No problem. Grabbing onto that handhold up and over. Working our way into that salmon ladder hallway. Hopping his way down, and too quick on the descent. Gotta watch those corners. Sides don't have much room. Good on the second attempt.
Nicely done on the drop down there. You can see that gap bigger than the other ones.
Okay, now he's got to go back up and into the spider hallway. Going to do a 180 move. If he can make it up the rock wall. It's a big reach. It's a bit of a stretch. And it's going to be close. The time remaining, can he at least... Oh, goes for the dino. Not quite able to get there. Alex really picked up the pace after coming through the spider hallway. But a couple early misses hurt his run there towards the end. But nice try. All right, next runner up. Runner number 6. Should be Ethan Robbins. See all the athletes over there trying to figure out what the best approach will be. Looks like Ethan getting ready to go.
I'll let you know.
And here we go. Ethan Robbins on the move, making his way through those first couple of steps. Sliding down and one-handed smooth dismount before heading over to the scrunched up spider. Got to go under. Ooh, foot slipped. Got to have to reset. So you don't have much room because you're so low in that hallway. A slight slip like that cause you to fall right out. Typically, you might be able to salvage that move, but not when you don't have much room for error at the bottom. So if you can trust your shoes to get you through, not going so good for Mr. Ethan here. Might need a slower approach. Just to play it safe. Third and final attempt here. Really force those feet to stay in. And making his way through. But how are they going to play onto the wood?
His feet sliding.
And gets the clear. My goodness, what a fight through the spider hallway. Onto the spinning log. It's going to go under, then over. Under, over, but lean too much to one side. It's going to take him out slightly to one angle. Needs to make sure he stays as centered as possible on that spinning log and having that forward momentum. If you're falling anywhere, hopefully it's forward onto that platform. Try number 2 here. Good dodge. Nice step over. Slower approach seems to be the way to go. And now picking up the pace to try to make his way through onto the rope jungle. Picks up a little time there on over to the warped wall. First attempt. Not quite there. Needs a little more jump. This is a large warp wall. I believe the very top of it's around 20 feet. Ooh, a handhold.
So close
almost
there, Strat.
But a 17-foot wall in a competition when most athletes are used to that 14 and a half standard. Definitely testing out the leg power. And that's going to do it for him. Nice try.
Yeah,
I think
that's
the taxing of the legs on the spider hallway might have just sapped his strength for that big warp wall.
Here's just a quick look of what we've got so far. Hayden Nelson still sitting in first place, our first runner of the day, followed by Alex Beckstrand. Still very early on, but there are your top 5 on the men's side.
Coming up next. Looks like we got Sean Stephan getting ready to go. Sean's on the move, running his way through obstacle number 1. A fun way to start the course. Nice little swing there. Gets a dismount and into the spider hallway. Let's see his approach. Rocking the Merrills with that Vibram rubber. Sticking nice in that hallway and using that sideways leg tech. Make sure he can have good control there. Sean's through 2. On to the spinning log. You can see how much it wiggles there based on your foot placements. Trying to catch a wave, surfing his way through. Nicely done. On now to the rope jungle. Big leap to start things off. Keeping that momentum. Ooh, a little askew there. Goes with a big throw. And on to the warp wall. Very fast to this point. Oh. One and done. Take a quick second to clean those shoes off. The Vibram rubber has been working pretty well for him thus far.
Yeah, Strat, well, this move down on the salmon ladder, this has been the one that have been giving our athletes some trouble so far. It goes from 1-foot gaps down to a 2-foot gap. Deciding to face forwards.
Oh, nice job. So still needs to get that dismount through. That's it. Good clear there. Gonna take a second. Let's see if we can get him to the ending.
Yeah, I'm definitely correct.
Up to those slopers. Good reach. I'll test the rock climbing ability a little bit before going right back into some more explosive style obstacles. Good switch grip grab.
Now he's got to catch this ring.
Ooh,
oh,
it's a up for grab style obstacle where the ring is magnetized.
So yeah, you can see he's got to catch that ring and slam it into the hook.
Ooh, that is a tough move. And then that's not it. They've got to go from there on to another up for grab style move. 2 magnetized obstacles. Oh my goodness, hold tight.
He's okay. Bounces right back up.
Looks like he just had a little too much momentum jumping from the rock wall, which caused the bar to pop out of its track. Third and final attempt.
7 seconds here.
Really wants to give this a go right away into it. Oh my goodness. Oh, but that's going to do it for his time. And you can see there's another up for grabs bar that you have to take in order to get to the buzzer, but impressive run there. We'll see if that time is going to hold in order to get him into the next round. But a great attempt. All right, next athlete up is going to be Kiara Lopez. So runner number 8. Making sure everything is set and in place. And here we go. Kiara Lopez on the move. Big leap up. Grabbing onto that ring. Starts swinging through. Wants to get a good landing here. Ensure we've got the amount needed. Into the spider hallway. Scrunched up here. Got to stay nice and tight in this hallway. You can see where the feet are. Don't have much room there at the base. But once you're through the cables and you've got a little more freedom, want to make sure you can stick that first landing. Good job. Don't want to have to reset and do that entire obstacle again.
Oh, that is one I would not want to have to do twice.
No.
A lot of leg power there.
Underneath the first pillar, but two turned sideways.
Yeah, you have to try to keep your center of gravity right in the middle of that pipe. As soon as you start to lean to one side or the other, it's going to be really tough.
Oh, attacking it this time. Ah, too quick. She went with a slow approach for the first and a little quicker the second. Let's see what she decides to do for the third and final attempt. Stepping out.
Going with the
Ducking
slow
through.
approach. She's okay.
Yep. Up and over. Nice and slow. Good job. Good commitment there. Gonna chalk up a little bit before moving on to the ropes. Big leap out. Remember, these ropes are on sliding tracks above, so it's going to make that next reach a little tougher if you don't slide it all the way to the end. You can see her trying to build that momentum up. Just couldn't grab on the move over. So 45 seconds remain on the clock. Wait for that reset. Kiara trying her best here. Try number 2. Going for the lock off here, trying to stay nice and high.
Yeah, you got to get a big pull back.
Oh, 2 turned around. Not sure we're going to have the time, which we'll have maybe a second or 2.
It's going to be a little tight here. I don't know. It's going to be really tough. 5 seconds to get through this obstacle.
Now, the problem with the lock off is you lose that momentum, and that's not going to be able to get through that one. But Kiara, nice run. Good attempt. Yeah, the lock-off position, staying pulled in close with that rope, is going to keep you nice and high, but you do lose that momentum, and that is what you need to get through those sliding rope obstacles. Next athlete. Casey. Casey getting ready to go.
I think he's out of Colorado, I'm pretty sure. Denver crew.
Yep, you got a couple of Denver ninjas out here. And he's on the way, Casey, moving his way through. Hopping on over into the spider hallway. Got to go under and through. Watch those toes. Going with a crawl approach here. Hands, foot, hand, foot. Gets through nice and smooth. Into the balance. Ducks under, steps over, and nicely done. 40 seconds to
really
this point.
Smooth there, Strat. Took his time.
Yep, that balance is one you want to be nice, slow, and steady with. Unless you've got excellent accuracy. Forcing that rope to the end of its track. See him trying to build that momentum up here for these static ropes. Good reach and dismount through onto the warp wall. Does a quick clean off of the shoes. First attempt. Not quite able to get it. Try number 2. Hands in the slot. Just couldn't grab a hold of it. Try number 3. Grabs a hold of it that time. And working his way in. Not too familiar with that brand of shoe he's rocking. Might have to check those out afterwards, chat with him. Might be a custom pair that he's working on. Seem to be sticking pretty well for him.
Yeah, he's got good purchase.
Down to 45 seconds now. He control the salmon ladder as best as he can. Oof, not quite able to get there.
Yeah, tough fall there.
That will get your heart rate up. In place, and the time remaining, might have just one last try here. So far, so good. Watch those corners.
Big drop here.
Just get the dismount with the time remaining. There it is. A 3-minute time limit. Every miss adds up towards the end, but great run from Casey.
It's really, really tight on time there. Let's see if we can go back and take a look at how close he was on this warped wall grab here.
Just had both hands in. Just needed a little more purchase on the fingertips there. 1-2. Couldn't quite get a good grab, but nice run from Casey. Next up.
Chris Lambert is going to be our next athlete on the course.
All right. Mr. Lambert. On the move. Stepping his way across the stones into that rope slider. And swinging down. No problem on obstacle number 1. Taller athletes might have a little difficulty here, but notice he's going with that twisted hip approach and not quite able to get in a good position. As I was saying, taller athletes will have to twist the hips and have a off angle approach here for these tighter hallways. If they really want to scrunch up and avoid these cables. Chris working his way through here. Taking his time. Slow and steady. Seems to have it figured out, but still got to be careful with those feet. Let's see just how little room they have. Fighting through it. Under the last one. Just needs to get through the wooden portion now. Watch that bottom cable. Don't hit it with your foot as you get there. Come on, Chris, to the top, and big push out of the hallway. We'll get him through. Excellent job. Shaking those legs out. Definitely pushing through. That spider hallway is going to tax those legs just a little bit. Give you those noodle legs. See how he approaches the spinning log. 1, 2, and nice job. Good speed going through there. Pull the rope traverse with just about a minute remaining. Chris swinging his way through. Got to get that rope to the end of the track. Back and forth, building up that momentum. Nicely done. And through the rope traverse. Heading over to that warp wall. And making his way up. Catching his breath here for that first attempt. One and done. Grabs that bottom handhold, pulling his way to the top. And working his way over for that salmon ladder. Working his way down. He's only got about 15 seconds remaining. Should be able to at least grab a hold of the bar, maybe feel out 1 or 2 rungs before time runs out. And that's going to do it for Mr. Lambert. Nice try. Taller competitors will have that disadvantage in that spider hallway. Is going to slow him down a lot. You can see that really ate up his time in the hallway, but was able to get to the salmon ladder. Up next, Seth Rogers, Big Red athlete we saw way back. I want to say way back, season 11, I think.
A special treat right here, you guys. This is a Stage 3 veteran of American Ninja Warrior, Seth Rogers, California local.
Goes by Big Red. Let's see how he does. It's been a couple of seasons since I've seen him compete, but it's good to see him in action here. Local to the state.
Well, this one's going to be tough. They call him Big Red. He is a taller competitor.
He's got us figured out here.
He does look good. Stride looks confident.
Nice.
Whew.
But got to get that dismount through. Nicely done. On now to this rolling log. Ooh, he's through. And into the ropes. Oh no, they called him out on the, must have stepped off the platform, needs to jump to it. I believe that was the, that's what was the error. So there is a platform they are jumping from. Can't just walk out and grab the rope. So slight miss there, but that's okay. Still got plenty of time remaining. Good control. Swinging his way over to that warped wall. Seth was a part of the Rookie Ninjas back on the All-Star episode on Team Zuri, and just shy of the rope of the grab there on the first slot. Try number 2. There it is. And working his way down the spider hallway to get into that salmon ladder.
Well, this is big here. If you can take this without taking a fall, this reset has been so crucial for some athletes.
Those corners. Nice job, first attempt.
Yeah, really smooth there.
Whew. All right. And now we got about 40 seconds remaining. Let's see how he does. Out to the salmon bar.
Remember, he's got to take this ring and catch it on the hook here.
Got to go up with it. Up and over. One-handed save, but no. Not sure what happened there. 10 seconds remaining.
Gotta make it quick. Come on.
5 seconds.
And not able to get there that time. A nice try, Seth.
Awesome.
Might have just clipped something on the way over. Big Red. Nice try.
Thank you.
Let's just try to get a little wider, I think.
All right, Heather Nelson getting ready to go. Gonna be our next athlete up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And here we go, Heather on the way, making her way across those dancing stones up on to the rope slide and ring swing down and through. Nicely done. Into the spider hallway. Got to be accurate and trust those feet. Working through the scrunched up spider. Stay nice and low. You can graze those cables as long as they don't come unmagnetized and fall out of the hallway entirely. So she's taking a second here to kind of give those legs a breather before getting scrunched up again. Nice and low underneath. Careful on the wood. Painted wood's going to be a little more slick compared to the acrylic and gets the push through and out of the hallway. Nicely done. Into the spinning log. Have to go under and then over. You can graze it, you can knock it a little bit as you are past it, just can't push it out of the way with your hands. Oh, you can see how much it spins as soon as you do get off axis just a little bit. Try number 2. Okay, she hasn't fallen off, so she's good to reset. She went back, stabilized herself, but little off angle there.
You got this.
Try number 3. Third and final attempt here. Ducks, but not able to push through and get that balance figured out. Nice try, Heather Nelson.
We're from like the same food truck? Okay. Tacos. Oh my god. Thank you. Oh.
Up next, we've got Willie Moose. Thumbs up to the camera. Willie on the move. Grab and hold, one-handed swing, no problem through obstacle number 1 into the spider hallway. Working his way down and staying low, but too low with the shoes. Got to go back to reset the obstacle. So just got to be careful with those feet placement. Does he have the traction? Trying to get through quick here. Last set of bungees. Oh. And he's through. On now to the spinning log. Oh. Just needs to feel out the log a little bit, opting to keep it moving. Nice job, Willie, making it through that spinning log into the rope traverse.
Straight into it.
Sliding his way through. Hold tight. Loses his grip for the dismount. It's gotta reset. And try number 2 here. Just had so much momentum built up on that last swing. Careful, good save. Try to build that swing up again. But a little too far out of reach. He can try one more time. Final attempt. And that's not gonna get it for him, but that's all right, Willie. Nice try. Next up, Jason Grossman. We are next athlete. He's our 14th runner out of 79. Got a lot of athletes out here today. And he's on to the move. Jason taking his way through the rope slider. Through obstacle number 1. Let's see his technique into that scrunched up hallway. Wipes the hands real quick. And checks those shoes. Jason working his way down. Opting to give himself a little bit of a breather between 1 or 2 of those cables. But still working his way through underneath. So far, so good. Needs a power push here on the exit. Nice job, Jason. Head on over to that spinning log. Ooh, he's lined up. Might be trying to go for a fast approach here. Yo! Good save there. Making his way through the rope junction. Good hip drive to get that momentum built up before the dismount and onto the warp wall. Good pace out of Jason thus far. No errors yet. Looking for that first full clear of the day.
Yeah, this is really where we really see the fatigue start to set in, is on this next
nice
down salmon ladder move that he's moving into right now.
Well, it hits you quick. Like it doesn't seem like it's a lot of obstacles, but it hits you really fast. That adrenaline and I want to say the strain from that scrunched up spider hallway is taxing these athletes' legs and upper body probably more than they're expecting. So that's really going to mess them up later on, but nice job from Jason getting into a good position in the spider hallway before attempting the salmon ladder drops. A little too much on the left side. That's going to push that right off angle. It's going to have to wait for that reset before going. Try number 2. Ooh, good save there. Oh, not able to get it. One more try. Not sure he's going to have the time. It's going to be some fast moves. Yeah, the walk down approach is risky. And Jason not quite able to figure out the salmon ladder drops. Nice try. All right, up next is going to be Herbert Steadman. Mr. Steadman's coming out of North Carolina. Got his call for American Ninja Warrior first season this year. Let's see how he does. Big jump out to that rope, going to slide it down. Good save there. And commits and gets that dismount into the spider hallway. We go. He's going to have to stay nice and scrunched up here. Hold on tight. Pushing his way through. Stay tight here on the exit of the spider. Oh, he clipped one of the cables. Going to have to go back and get a reset. Gotta be mindful of that when you're pushing through there. It's tough to tell where those cables are exactly. Just happened to clip it on the way out towards the exit. So he's going to have to try again. So fighting his way through here. Wants to make sure this time he doesn't clip it on the way up. Nice, but his power push here out of the hallway. No, the shoe! Loses the traction. Pops off of his foot entirely. He's going to take a chance to retie the shoe, and then he's got one final attempt. This is really going to be eating up the time and that energy. Zante's got to stay nice and tight. Traction's good, but they can pop off pretty easy as well. Third and final attempt here. Trying to be as patient as he can. Come on, get through those cables. And that's not going to do it. Third and final attempt on the spider hallway. Herbert, tough break on that scrunched up spider. All right. Up next is going to be Sandy Zimmerman.
All right, Sandy. Here we go.
Sandy Zimmerman onto the platform, getting ready to go. And on her way. Let's go, Sandy. First Ninja Mom up that warped wall on the primary show. Sure, she's getting ready for her next shot on American Ninja Warrior. And excellent technique on the spider hallway. She's perfect size for going low on that hallway there. And up and out of the spider hallway. Scrunched up, no problems. Let's see her technique for the spinning log. Under then over. Looks like she wants to hit it with a little speed. Ooh, great commitment there. You gotta go fast sometimes and then just commit to the foot placement into the rope traverse. A couple sliding ropes. Sandy looking strong here. Gotta hold on tight. Make sure you keep that momentum going. And through the rope jungle, no issues. Over now to that red side warp wall. You've got a different path that they have to take. This is where the course splits. First attempt. No problem. Up and to the top we go. And they have to make their way down to the bottom of that spider hallway. So she's got to climb her way up. And make her way down that hallway. For their final obstacle here. So she's got a sliding rope. Down and back up. Got a couple hiccups here in the visual department. Sorry, folks. She's over on that ring, fighting for the finish. Looking for the dismount. We got one sky hook to go with about 30 seconds remaining. Got to get this sky hook transfer. Hips are a little skew, going around in circles somewhat, trying to dial it in here. But she won't have time for a reset. So she's trying to figure this last piece out. And the hips are just too off to the side and not quite able to get there with the time allotted. But that was her first miss. Nice run from Sandy, the furthest we've seen so far. All right, Nicholas Schultz on the move. Into the hallway, trying to find this rhythm. Watch the bottoms. Pushing through. Does he have the traction? And, oh, 1 foot just a little short. Nicholas, head on back to the start.
5 seconds, you can start up here, but just don't engage the spire until I give you the go-ahead, okay? Start. Push your legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, on you.
And try number 2 here for Nicholas. He has good tech. Going up and through, just needs to be able to hold on for the push dismount. And gets through on his second attempt. And nicely done there. First time go. Nicholas on now to the rope junction. Staying nice and low onto the swings here. Making sure he's getting maximum momentum built up every time. Nicely done. No issues on the rope traverse. First attempt on the warp wall. Ooh, not quite able to get there. Let's see how he does on his second attempt. Got to commit to the jump. And that's going to do it for Nicholas. Nice try. That warp wall, not quite able to get to the top there. That's going to do it. That's going to do it for his run.
Hey, Brian. Can I take off my mask or no?
Up next, we're going to have Travis Scotting up to that start line. As Chris is out on the floor trying to address the camera hiccups here that we're having. So, might see a couple freezes here as we work through the camera angles. Oh, apologize, we're going to do a quick reset. Our athlete is on the move. I'm going to try to call the shots from a distance. Making his way through obstacle number 1. Travis gets through, is into that spider hallway. Trying to stay scrunched up as he goes. Through the hallway into that log. And we're having a bad connection issue with the visuals, folks. Sorry about that, but we're going to keep driving on here. Travis putting on a good run, getting through the ropes, over into the warp wall. First attempt up to the top.
155 left.
Making his way down now into those dropping salmon ladders. Clear so far, no errors yet for Travis Scott. Travis Scotting, working his way through. He's got to work his way back up to that salmon ladder and then transfer across to that dropping ring. It's a big reach for him there. Do that 180 turn. Oh, but not able to hold on. That's going to be his first miss. That's okay. He's going to take a quick second to reset. Try number 2. Oh my gosh, just couldn't make that transition. Travis, nice try. And that's going to do it for him. Working through those camera issues, folks, so apologize for the in and out connection there. See what the issue will be if we can get that squared away before the next runner. So Francisco Barajas on the move. And slip out of the first hallway is going to have to reset. Can't hit those cables. Hey, yeah, it just seems to be struggling a little bit in the spider hallway. Got to watch those feet. Third and final attempt here.
You got it. You got it. Yeah.
And is able to get through. And looking for a fast approach. See what his technique's going to be on the spinning log.
Ouchie.
Second attempt. Third and final attempt coming up on that spinning log. And I think he got it from what I saw. Looks like he did. Trying to call the action from the office, whatever angle I got back here. And rope junction, getting through, picking up the pace to try to get to that warp wall. First attempt. Not quite able to get it on his first go. He's going to have to take another second hit or reset on that warp wall. Looking for that second try. Grabbing hold of the... Oh, couldn't quite hang on to it. He's going to have to reset. One more chance with the time remaining. Not quite able to get there. Francisco, nice try. And totally spent, but nice attempt. All right, folks, next up, we're going to have Emerson Muise. Emerson on her way through into the spider hallway. First attempt on the hallway, couldn't quite make her way through. He's going to have to reset. He's got to watch those cables. It's her second attempt here, working her way through the hallway. Slowly but surely, inching her way through at every step. She's through the plexiglass, looking for the dismount. And out of there, into that rolling log we go. That static push that you need on that static obstacle. It's really taxing the legs. Let's see her approach on the rolling log. Not quite able to get it from the first attempt. Going to reset and try again. Got about half of her time remaining. And I'm trying to call the shots from the off angle here from the office. I know try number 2 and gets it through that time, sprinting across that rolling log into the rope junction we go. Leaping out. She's got about 1:15. In the rope junction, trying to build up momentum up for the transition onto that last rope. Into the warp wall we go. First attempt up that 12. Oh, to the slot. Yep, grabs onto that slot and climbs her way up. 14-foot warp wall into that spider hallway, working her way down to the bottom of the track. She's got about 20 seconds remaining. Taking the rope down the track and then working her way back up to that ring and not quite able to get there. The sliding rope into the skyhook combo. Nice try from Emerson. All right, up next is going to be Alex VanderGriend. Oh, take that back. It's going to be Gary Park. Gary Park up next. Trying to do what we can with the signal, folks. Apologize for the ins and outs. All right, Gary's on the start line, getting ready to go. And he's on the move. And working his way through that first obstacle. Needs to take a reset, not quite able to get there. Try number 2. Gets through it on his second attempt. Trying to find his way through that spider hallway, not quite able to get there. And Gary still fighting his way through that spider hallway. Gary looking for the finish on that spider hallway. And looking like he's trying to figure out the spinning log. And Gary gets through the spinning log that time. On now for the rope junction. Working his way over to the warped wall. And grabs a hold. He's got about 40 seconds remaining. And on now to that salmon ladder. For the drops, Gary's looking for that big drop here. Holding tight. Now he's got to get that dismount. And with only about 10 seconds remaining, it's going to be tight here. He's only going to get one chance. Oh, nice try, Gary. And I think we're going to take a second and be back in a bit, folks, once we try to figure out the issues with our signal and cameras. So I appreciate the patience, and we shall return once we figure out the issues.
camera's back, it's got to be this. And this, Sean gave me this, and it's got to be this.
What is this?
This is a SDI input to a Blackmagic converter, and it's just, I got the camera back.
And it's whatever that was connected to.
Where's the clean microfiber towels? We need a ton of clean microfiber towels.
I have no idea.
Hey, Swan.
Sorry, Sean.
He's moving on to the next guy.
Yeah, hey Swan, just an update. You don't have to reply. I gotta move my whole setup out of this room. I don't know what's going on, but Sean's SDI cable he gave me yesterday, and his thing is just not working. We gotta move everything out of this fucking metal box, and
Let's find a place first to put it.
All right, folks, we are trying to get back in here. Cameras getting set. We apologize for the technical delays. We're going to stay right here with you. Commentary is going to be a little light right now, but we are back. Oops, sorry. I'll get this stuff.
Trying, man.
Doing great, 215.
Checking, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Are we live, right? Are we? Oh, hey, everybody, we're back. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Oh, we just had a slip there. Trying to get back in action. Had to move our entire setup. We'll give you a breakdown on how that's going to work. But right now, we got Joe Bala on the course, on the spinning log. Try his best to get across. Try number 2, I believe. Under, over. Gets the clear. Into the rope junction we go. Trying to build that momentum up for the rope junction. Got to reset. Couldn't quite get those ropes in play. Shaking out a little bit. Make sure he's going to have that grip there. So try number 2 here for Joe, trying to make it, trying to get that rope sliding down the track if he can, get closer. And looking for that last one in hand, not quite able to hold on. Third and final try coming up. Third and final attempt here. He's got about 20 seconds remaining. Big leap out. Trying to dial it in here. And that's going to do it for Joe. Nice try. Appreciate everybody's patience, folks. We had to move our streaming setup from the office we were in out onto the floor. So now we're out in the middle of the action. And I should be getting things going. Had to keep the competition running in order to keep things on schedule. We have such a packed day today with about 80 athletes. I believe 79 to be precise. Wanted to make sure we were able to stay on time. So apologize for the technical errors there. I believe we are back in action. Trying to get the gimbal and all that jazz set up as well. Thanks so much, y'all, for hanging out with us. Nothing like a little on-the-fly technical repair job. Doing our best to make it work. I think I have one more thing back in the office, so I'll be right back, folks. And we're going to get going here in a second.
Clip in? Yep. Let's do it, man. Thank you so much for helping out.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, folks. Almost ready. Chris? All right, I think we're about ready to go, folks.
I believe is Brian, I think, is
All right, looks like we've got our next athlete on the platform, ready to go. Once we get the names adjusted, Julius Ferguson, Black Jules, what he goes by, coming out of North Carolina. Rock solid Warriors, where he trains out of and coaches out of. Jules on the move immediately. What a fluid motion there off of the first obstacle. Now he's into that hallway. Got to do the scrunched up spider, making sure those hands are nice and clean. Got to stay nice and low, not much room for air there for your feet. So let's see what his approach is going to be. Deciding to go low all the way through, no needing to thread the needle. Jules through the first portion, just need to get a good push out of the hallway and clear on the scrunched up spider. Here we go now for the spinning log. What's his approach? Looks like he's going for a slow and steady motion. Maintain that motion all the way through. Nicely done. Jules now for the rope junction. Under a minute to this point. Very quick. Good transitions through. Needs to make sure he keeps that swing in order to make that dismount. Clear as well onto the warp wall. First attempt coming up. First try, nicely done, up to the top of the wall. Heading over now for that drop down salmon. As our cameraman gets into position. Jules working his way down the spider. Working down backwards to get in a good position for this salmon ladder. Here comes the hops. Ooh, a little askew. Fixes it. Nice save there. And now for the big drop. Nice job. Now he just needs to dismount. Jules coming off of a shoulder surgery not too long ago, about a couple of months or so. But still looking really strong. Come on, Jules, get out of there. Skim the mat on the way down. Had to get a full clear beyond. So try number 2 here for Julius. About 30 seconds remaining. Ooh, coming down. Not quite able to hold on. I think he's going to have a chance. Perhaps one more try. Third and final attempt, 10 seconds to go. Needs to get to the bottom of the track. Oh, going for big moves here. And does he get the dismount? Not able to with the time that was left. Nice try, Julius. All right, Jessica Wombles getting ready to go on the start platform. And here we go, striding across those domes onto the rope grab, pulling up onto the swinging ring. Clear for obstacle number 1 for Jessica. Into that spider hallway. Going down through. Trying to find a good rhythm. Looks like she's got it locked in. Just needs to make sure we can get through without skimming or knocking out those bungees. Gonna have to reset.
But you can't engage this till I give you the go-ahead. I'm going to count you down from 5. Just don't touch the wall so you can go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, try number 2. Trying to stay nice and low. Fighting our way through to the finish and out of there. Into that rolling log we go. All right, stepping up to that platform. Let's see what Jessica decides to do for her approach. Going for the slow approach here. Careful with the lean back. Over the donut and speeds it up for the finish. Excellent job. Got about a minute and a half remaining. They're going to grab some of that chalk, courtesy of Bucket of Chalk. Into the rope junction. Grabbing a hold. Careful for the slides. Throw you off just a little bit. Nice. Takes it down the track to get a little closer to that grab. Builds up that momentum for the next big reach. Couldn't quite hold on. Oh, getting low. I'm going to have to reset. Having the ability to keep your momentum going is the trick on that obstacle there. Having any missed swings just really taxes the upper body even more because you're having to readjust on the fly. But here we go, Jessica. Try number 2. Hold tight here. She's staying low on the rope in order to have enough momentum. That pendulum's going to be a lot bigger, but not quite enough swing built up to get to that next rope. And that's going to do it for Jessica Wombles. Nice try, rope junction. Just not quite there for Jessica. Next athlete coming up.
So we're going to go ahead and try to pull up more updated leaderboards and a full leaderboard. But for right now, here's a look at the top 5 men so far. Some of the runs that you may have missed.
James up on the course right now, getting ready to go. James DiStefano striding across those steps, up and into the sliding rope. Looks like a fun little way to start the course. James making sure he's got the swing required and popping his way through obstacle number 1 into that scrunched up spider we go. Staying nice and low here, toes right on the line there at the base of that hallway.
It's so tough, Strat, because your feet are so close to the bottom of the jumping spider.
Well, he's looking locked in right now through the plexiglass into that painted wood. Just needs that strong launch out of the hallway. Excellent job to clear. Obstacle number 2. Time for the spinning log. Striding across, 1, 2, 3, all the way through. Nice job. Good commitment there. The people that get through that one quickly save a lot of time, but it's a big risk. Risk versus reward. What's it going to be? That paid out for Mr. James. On now to the rope jungle. Sliding his way through here. A little hung up. Wants to get a reach. There it is. And now adjusting for the transition. A little too high on the rope for that final grab. Take a chance to reset.
Come on, Guido. Efficient here. Every move.
In and out. Big breath in and out. Leo, take a big breath in and out.
Progress, reset. Come on.
Try number 2 for Mr. James. He's going to slide these ropes. Got to keep that swing nice and controlled. Not quite able to get there. Too much. Too high up on the ropes could be detrimental.
Come on, Guido.
Won't give you the amount of swing that is required to get to those next few grabs in a smooth manner. Third and final attempt. James getting that swing built up here. Hold tight. And final rope in hand. Wants to get that swing built back up before the transition this time. Not quite enough in the grip. Nice try from James.
Andy Chen, our next runner.
Andy Chen on the start platform getting ready to go. And here we go. Quick steps off that first couple of obstacles there. Swinging his way through. Wants to make sure he's got enough momentum for that dismount. And into the spider hallway. Got to stay scrunched
Getting
up
a lot
here.
of love from the fans out there.
Yeah, getting a lot of support. Nice and tight in that hallway, looking locked in here. Got to have that power at the exit, though. Got to be able to push through.
Yeah, it really changes strat once they get to the wood part of it. Oh, good
Watch those
save
toes.
there.
Remember, he can't knock off any of those, and he's got it. Nice job. Moving on over to that spinning log. See what his technique is going to be here. Let's go fast, slow. How's it going to go? And going quick. Oh, not able to salvage it. Nice try. He's going to have to go back and try again. Try number 2. And a second attempt. Gets through that time. Excellent job. On now for the rope. Junction at about 1:45 in out of 3 minutes. Just about 1 minute remaining. Going low on that first grab.
Yeah, a little low, but he's getting a little higher every time.
Building his swing up. Nice, good transition. Was able to get it on the slide forwards. Nice and low for the last rope grab. Full extension here. It skates on through. Over to the warp wall we go. First attempt.
Good, all you got it.
Let's see him catch his breath here before giving it a first try. Getting the crowd pumped up. First attempt, not quite there.
You got it.
Trying to get his breath back under control.
Go.
Try number 2. Not quite able to get that one. He's got one last try here. And that's going to do it for him. Excellent attempt from Andy Chen.
Nate Anderson up next.
And here we go, Nate on the move.
Down the slider, it gets to the ring.
Looks like one of our younger athletes in the crew today, moving quickly as he can. Underneath, nice, perfect sized athlete for the lower scrunched up spider.
Yeah, he's hitting it with confidence too, Strat. I like to see it.
Nice, attacking the course. On now to the spinning log. Under, over. Does he make it? Not quite there. First attempt. It's going to have to
just gets off balance there.
Take a second to reset.
Nicely done.
Gets
good
through.
Footwork.
Nice job there. Right away into that rope junction. Nate trying to push through here, trying to get on, pick up a little higher. Watch those feet. Hold on tight, but that last swing is just out of reach. Going to take a second to reset and try again.
Big pulls, Nate, big pulls.
Here we go. Second attempt for the rope junction. And not quite able to get there. Once you start getting these extra swings in, it's really going to tax that grip. And it makes it that much harder. So he might need a little bit more of a breather in between these resets for the final attempt. One last try. Oh, come on. And that's going to do it for his grip. Nice try, Nate Anderson. Great run at the start. Just a little out of reach on the rope junction.
Awesome. Hi there.
All right, up now we've got Brittany Durant getting ready to run. Brittany, a previous A&W competitor, on the move now through obstacle number 1. Swinging away through, no problem. Into that spider hallway, got to stay nice and scrunched up. Got to get low and stay underneath those cables. Don't want to knock them loose. Yeah, a little bit of a toe drag there. Going to have to reset at the start. Wait for that reset time. And here we go for try number 2. They can brush up against those cables, but they cannot knock them loose entirely. Making our way through the acrylic and now into that wooden portions where those feet are really going to have to maintain that traction for that dismount. And moving on. Back to the start, could not quite stick the landing. Third and final attempt for Brittany. Got to just take your time here. Can't rush. Stay locked in. Third and final attempt. Pressure's on, so we want us to make sure she is good and squared away here.
Got to be really careful here once you get to the wood portion.
Big leap. Gets the landing that time and moving on now to the rolling log. Here we go, first attempt. So had a tough fall there. Fighting through it though. Let's see how she salvages this, if she can. Doesn't want to have to reset. Might save it. Get out of town. What a save from Brittany. Excellent job. Into the rope junction. Swinging through. Hold tight here. Knee drives on the backswing, but not able to get there. Forgot that second one slides as well. Went for an early reach. She's going to have time for one more attempt. Second attempt here for Brittany. Wants to make sure. There it is. Locks it in that time. She's got about 10 seconds remaining. Big reach. Not quite able to get there. Nice try. Excellent save on the spinning log. Couldn't quite make it all the way through the rope junction, but nice run from Brittany.
Harry Davis up next.
All right, Harry's on the course, getting ready to go. Striding across those first couple of steps into that rope slider. Up and in. Smoothly through obstacle number 1. Time to get all scrunched up underneath those cables. Going with that sideways hip turn. Kind of make sure those hips keep that equal pressure between those hands and feet into that wooden portion of the spider hallway. And he's all the way through into that spinning log we go. Going for slow approach, picking up the pace as he strides across. Nicely done. Harry Davis on now to the rope junction. Nice high grabs in order to keep that momentum. Help slide down the track. Good
nice big
wingspan.
Here.
And under a minute to the warp wall. Harry's setting a good time here. First attempt.
He's on it.
Gets close to it, almost saves it. Try number 2. And he grabs it on to the second try, making his way to the top and down into that spider hallway we go. Spider climb, that is. And now working his way down those salmon ladder rungs. Big drop, nice and controlled. Didn't have the swing. Needed to go all the way forwards. Needed to have a little bit more swing. Just rushed the dismount. First slip up there, that's okay. Retry system should get him through.
Great time here, Strat.
Yeah, he had an incredible time to this point, so hopping his way down again. Excellent technique, just locks in, but once that swing, to get him out of there. And right back up. I'm going to grab a little chalk for he needed to go.
I don't think he dismounted deep enough into the wall there.
Going to get a clarification potentially, and I think that was it. That was it for Harry. Great run to that point, though. All right, coming up next.
Up next, Verdale Benson, American Ninja Warrior veteran. Verdale coming back from an Achilles injury that he suffered on the show, attempting the warped wall.
It was a mega wall, correct?
Yes, awesome to see him back competing.
All right, here we go. Striding across the steps. One-handed swing dismount, no problem. On or beyond, clear on obstacle 1. See Verdell squeeze into this hallway here.
This one's gonna be tough.
Toe clips the bottom, drops out, needs to be a little more careful with those toes.
Keep an eye on how close the feet are to the bottom of the jumping spider. I mean, this is a really difficult obstacle. You got to stay really scrunched up here.
Yeah, it's a very technical aspect to the start of the course here. Usual spider hallways, man, those toes are right on the ledge there, really trusting how much grip he's got on those Zantes. Now he's working his way into that wooden portion and then pushes through.
He's over.
Excellent job. And now to the spinning log. Oh, coming down, not quite able to get it on his first try.
Bounces right back up.
You have to avoid that pillar. Can't push it out of their way with their hands. Got to avoid it. And then over that donut. Try number 2.
Still
picking up
going
the pace.
fast.
Dives for it.
Great save
And
there.
clear.
Throws the hands up.
For the rope junction now. Verdell gets a little hung up there, but excellent save.
Yeah, you want to force that throw before it slides on you.
Nice job. Minute 40 to the warp wall. Still got some time to play with. Here we go. Let's see. First attempt. Yeah. Nice job. One and done. Not being intimidated by the obstacle that got him injured in the previous season. Locking it in. Coming on down that spider climb. Hold on tight. A couple of drops. Nice, looking really strong there and nice and controlled. Needs to get all the way through into that pit. Sticks the landing. He's got to watch those corners on that salmon ladder when he goes back to it. Doesn't have to use any more rungs, but he does have to get back to it and go up onto that floating ring and control that momentum. Up and over. Oh, trying to go for a one-handed grab. That is a tricky obstacle, and that's going to do it for the time. A nice try from Verdell Benson. All right, we're getting a lot of crowd support from
Grant win.
The crowd here for Grant.
Certainly a hometown favorite here.
And here we go. He's going to start his approach. And striding across those steps.
Yeah, looks good there.
Quickly through the first obstacle into the hallway. Nice and low here. Watch those cables.
Good pace. Keep it going. Keep going. Yeah.
And excellent job into the spinning log. Ooh, going really fast here. Not phased whatsoever by a bounce obstacle that's been intimidating many folks today. Going for the low rope grabs to get them straight up to that next one. Pulling through here. Big moves onto the rope junction, making very great time. 35 seconds to this point at the warp wall. Our fastest athletes thus far.
Quick work so far.
First attempt on the warp wall. Up to the top we go. Nicely done from Grant. And now we got to work our way down the spider climb for those salmon ladder drops. Excellent pace here. But this part has been the taxing. Long reset. There's one. Watch those corners. Not quite able to get there on the first attempt. Grant's going to climb his way back up and wait for the bar to be put back into place. By the time he gets there, should be good to go. Watch those corners.
Yeah, there's not a lot of give on either side, making his way down.
Two right
Big
away.
drop.
Big drop.
Oh,
Watch.
the big drop.
Yeah, just not much room there for the salmon ladder bar. If you're off angle just a little bit, there's no way to save it. Third and final attempt. Two.
This is the one
Big
right
third here.
Nice work.
Has to still stick the dismount. Excellent job.
Still got time here, Strat. He can get through this.
Got about 45 seconds here.
Gotta hope the salmon ladder didn't tax him too much.
Going to have to just get it in one potentially. Link it. Oh, he gets the ring on the hook, but can't hold on. He's got time. Wants to make sure he's all right. He can reset and try again. But he's got to wait for that time to be back down to 0. 15 seconds. And he's coming down to the wire here for the time. Leaps. Oh my gosh!
Gets it with
one-handed
hand.
save. 5 seconds remaining. Oh, the time is just going to run out. And not quite there, but that was an amazing save and an amazing run from Grant. Awesome stuff. We'll see if that time will stand for the rest of the day. Fingers crossed for him.
Well, Strat, that is going to do it here for Wave 1.
Awesome, y'all. Wave 1, all done. Had to do a on-the-fly transition, but we're out here on the floor now, so we'll be able to get a little bit more action brought to you. Here's a look at the leaderboards for the men's side of things. Top 10 is what everybody's going to be looking for, but there's your leaderboard as it stands right now. And
just get a quick refresh just to make sure. Yep, that Grant win, that put him in 9th place.
Yeah, Grant had a great run, really fast until that point, but I think the cutoff's going to be getting through that salmon ladder, those salmon ladder drops into that hallway until we start seeing some clears, perhaps in the second wave.
Let's take a look at the women's side of things as well. Ashley Bergstrom, no surprise, she leads the pack in first place with the only full clear of the first wave, followed by Sandy Zimmerman in second and Emerson in third place. Remember, you got to be top 10 in order if you want to move on to finals.
That's right. So we'll see some hard-fought battles in the second wave now that some of these athletes know what they're shooting for. That second wave's, the heat's going to be picking up, and I'll be excited to call the shots when we come back.
Yeah, folks, well, thank you so much for sticking with us for this first wave, and we will be back with you for Wave 2 in just a little bit.
At Role Model Software, we craft custom software tailored to your business by collaborating with you.
At Role Model Software, we solve business problems, not just technical problems. And the way that we do that is very direct collaboration with you, the customer.
We listen to you through our entire partnership, adding our expertise to amplify your expertise to get you to your desired destination.
We have people contact us all the time who aren't really sure whether they need custom software or not. Fact is, we can't know either until we have an initial conversation about it, which is a natural fit for us because we're every bit as much a business consultancy as we are a software solution provider. If you have questions, or even if you just need a little bit of guidance, give us a call and let's see how we can help.
Hi, I'm Enzo Ferrari Wilson, the founder of the nonprofit Ocean Needs Everyone. It's our goal to keep our beautiful oceans clean and thriving by spreading a positive message. We do this through things like beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, presenting to corporations about plastic straw usage, and creating ocean trash sculptures for the Super Bowl. We especially want to inspire the youth because they are the next generation of conservationists. You're never too young to make a difference.
Well, I know the camera's behind me, so I think it might have gone an angle, but the live stream was down at that time.
Yeah, we didn't get it.
You didn't get it?
No.
So there's no way to check. So it's just going to stand.
Nice. It just, everything kind of like fell apart there for a little bit.
Yeah.
All the my cable out to there, and we just, I don't know what it was, but
sorry you guys had to deal with that, because that's...
Well, I'm sorry we didn't get to run.
Have you ever experienced extremely sweaty hands? Not knowing where to step on agility? Being unlucky on special delivery? Or being absolute trash at double dipper? Then Bucket of Chalk is the right chalk for you. Side effects may include extremely grippy hands, even after washing them. Always know where to step on agility. Adds a bit of extra luck on special deliveries, and it tastes like success.
Thanks for taking some time to check out the Role Model Craftsmanship Academy. As part of Role Models culture, our foundation is on growing people and seeing them provide value for our customers. That starts for us with the Craftsmanship Academy. When participants come to us, our goal is to give them a solid foundation to launch their careers. We believe very much in the craftsmanship mindset. In the same way that you would see that with other trades, we believe it applies to the software discipline, that you need to learn hands-on in the field from those that are more experienced than you. And so we want to apply that to the way that we bring on new team members and grow the team that we have. And so we start that process with the foundation and immersion process that we call the Craftsmanship Academy. If this has piqued your interest and you'd like to learn more, feel free to reach out to us or explore the website some more. And we're always looking for qualified candidates for the Academy. If you think that's you, I'd encourage you to apply and we can start that process with you.